now look like that, right? So this is where the true magic is going to come in from the article styling, right? So first things first, flex, right? Guys, we're 4 likes away from 996. Okay, when this beat drops, if we hit over 1,000, I'm losing my mind. Smash the thumbs up, guys. Are we going to get it? 997? 997? Oh, come on. 999? 999, did the beat drop? Oh, shit. It actually did it. That is so sick. All right, if you're watching the replay, it actually hit 1,000 likes the second it dropped. That is crazy stuff. Thank you, guys. We're going to carry on strong. Wow. I just saw the number go, wow. Straight up. That was so sick. Oh, man. And this is in an upcoming, this is in one of my vlogs when I'm showcasing the car. Oh, it's sick. Oh, wow. Flex column. Let's carry on strong. Oh, my God. You can see the smile on my face is stuck. Right? Rounded, large. That's so cool. Honestly. That was pretty cool. Someone said, I unlike again. Alright, so in this case, items should be in the center. Items should be in the center. There we go. So, okay.
Hello there.
Experience card, item center. And we're going to do space. Space between all of our children. Space Y of 7. Flex shrink of 0. So flex shrink of 0. And you see that's why it's not sort of shrinking it down, that kind of stuff.
Help me!
Okay, now let's get to how are we going to figure this out. So width and I'm going to apply some width and height constraints. In this case, our width is 500 pixels. On a medium screen, I'm switching to 600 and extra large 900. Okay, I want these to snap accordingly and so forth. But you know what? Before I carry on with that, I can't even bear to look at this anymore, right? Because it's just so hard to read this. So I'm going to go back to my experience, my work experience. I'm actually going to make this scrollable. Right, so width 4. Because it's so hard to see that word, right? So flex, that's better, right? Space X of 5. Overflow X of scroll. You want to snap on the x-axis. The snap should be mandatory. I want it to have a scroll bar. We'll do afterwards actually. And yeah, so now you should see it's not snapping yet, right? That's because in the child we haven't set snapping. So now I can go back to styling because it was too hard for you lot to see otherwise, right? Decoy Princess is nice and a good stream. Thank you for tuning in. The retention today is nuts. I love you guys. Honestly, you make my day. So yeah, I'm going to do snap center. Right, so snap center.
That's amazing.
The background color should be a slightly off gray. We're padding 10. I'm going to add that in. So padding of 10 and off gray. Now look at this. Snaps to the center. So it doesn't even matter what screen size it is. It's all done in a way where it's not hard coded values, right? It's dynamic. So it doesn't matter if you're changing stuff and all that kind of goodness. Right, now I'm going to say the opacity should be 40, but when I hover, it should go back to 100%. Right, so opacity 100% when I hover, when otherwise it's 40. So that, and then right now it's kind of popping into aggressively, right? So firstly, when I hover over, I want it to be a cursor pointer. Then I'm going to say it should have a transition only on the opacity, so I don't want to waste stuff there. Transition only on the opacity. I want the duration to be 200 millisecond, or yeah, 200 milliseconds fast. And overflow should be hit. Bam. Hit that. Look at that. Look. Oh my God. Like, what the hell, man? Like, that is beautiful. I don't even care. That is lovely. All right, and let's just stretch this out a little bit more with the summary points. Let's go ahead and just have some bit more juicy stuff. Let's just go ahead and do something like that. Okay. So in this case, I'm actually did do overflow afterwards, but for now I'm just going to keep it there. But yeah, okay. What you could do is, if you don't want it to touch the top, you can make this a scrollable container, which is perfectly easy to do. You set a height, you do scrollable. For now, this because we're a bit stronger. Okay, but make that scrollable. Okay, looks really clean though so far. Okay, so this is looking great, guys. Really nice stuff. We are getting towards the finished product, so you guys can see everything is coming closely together, right? So, with that said, we've got the about, we've got the experience done, and we will customize the scroll bars afterwards. So I will show you how to do that. So finish everything. Right, let's go on to the skills. Now, skills is the next section. This is this bit over here. So we're going to go ahead and pop that in right now. So I'm going to pass in a section. The ID of this section is going to be skills. So it's going to be skills like that. It's going to have a task and this is going to snap towards, I believe, the center, but I just want to double check. Actually, I'm going to do this one towards the start. The next two are going to be snap start. Right, snap start. And then we're going to go ahead and pop in the skills component. Okay, the skills component, we are moving over to the next thing right here. So create a new file called skills.tsx, transcript, RFCE, go. Inside of our skills, let's firstly import that here. And let's start getting rid of these ugly things. There we go, bam, right? So the next thing is you can see skills. So firstly, remember, as we do always, we should set the task on screen. So that way it's going to take up the maximum height of that screen and we can scroll snap to it. Nice. Right, everything's going pretty good. Sanity is coming up very shortly. So we have a huge chunk now dedicated to sanity very, very shortly. So stay tuned. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. Right, this is our best slide yet. This is crazy, honestly. Right, so skills are looking pretty good. And now we're going to go ahead and jump into skills. And it's going to get crazy. I'm telling you, we got TypeScript, we got Sanity, loads of cool stuff. If you think they were on the verge of anything yet, it's actually getting nuts better very shortly. Okay, so stay with me. Right, so motion.div, looking great. And then inside of skills, I'm going to go ahead and say H3. And this is going to have the header. Now remember, I said it every time. It's going to be the same pretty much throughout. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that styling for the header. There we go. Skills design, right? Then I'm going to go ahead and style this out. So flex, relative, they've got an absolute position inside of it. Flex column, text should be center. And on the medium screens and above, text should be left aligned. Flex row on extra large. Right, so flex row on the extra large. Flex row. And I'm going to put a max width constraint of 2000 pixels, so I'm customizing it a bit here, right? Extra large screens, I'm going to do a padding on the x-axis of 10, right? So we're sort of customizing it for the large screens here. The minimum height here should be the screen, but if you do want to extend it, see minimum height. So you could actually go ahead and do minimum height as opposed to your height, and that way it can go over, but it will still snap to the minimum, the center, right? Justify center is a good way of getting around that problem. XL space Y 0. So on extra large screens, I'm going to get rid of my space between. Do I have any space in here? I don't think I do. But I'm going to keep it because maybe I did, or maybe I had it in my design. Right. MX all items center, bam. Hit save. There we go. Item center, poured it into the middle and the end. Okay. So look at this. Bam. Stuff. Right. Real Medi says, thank you, Sonny. I was able to learn React in 7 days from you. That is amazing, dude. Thank you for sharing that. Right. So we got the skills jumping in right now. Next thing I want to do is H3 tag. And I say hover over a skill for current proficiency. Proficiency snazzy. If I even spell it right. No, I didn't spell it right. Oh, don't hate me. Hello. Okay, that is wrong. That's definitely wrong. Okay, I'm live. I don't care. It's fine. I'm focusing on coding. The grammar police can code as well. Absolute position this. And this one's going to be, it's basically the same thing, but the track is going to be 2 pixels instead of 20. And I'm going to change it to look at the tracking. It's so clean. Let's go. Alright, so at this point I'm going to have a div, and this is actually going to follow a grid pattern now. Now I'm going to show you something cool with this, right? What I've actually done here is I've made it so that way when we go down into this section, it actually animates half of the skills left, half of the skills right. So look at this, half left, half right. Right, it's a bit of a weird pitch there, but yeah, the overall feeling is correct, right? It'll be half left, half right. If I do skills and I refresh, we should see that half left, half right. Look at that, it's got a nice kind of snap in, right, which is really cool. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and do something like that. So we're going to div, and then inside of here we're going to have all of our code being rendered out, okay? I'll show you how we'll do a cool little trick later on. But to begin with, we're just going to say skill, right? So we're going to render a skill component in there, and we're going to have a grid, and that column is going to be a column for as you can see there. And we're not going to actually change that. I want you to stay at that gap of 5 between all of them, okay? So this is looking good. Real Medi says, not only that I built an app while learning this, I already got a job offer of $30,000 US as an investment. Jay, screenshot that. Amazing stuff, dude. Thank you so much for sharing it. Right? Now we're going to go ahead and create a skill component. So skill.tsx, TypeScript RFC, bam. Don't stop learning gift. Free quality to rest. Thank you so much, Papicha. Your energy is incredible, as always. We appreciate you. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this in and import it like so, okay? So now you can see we've got skills. Right. Pop these in down like that, and I'm just going to pop in a chunk of them like that, right?
Oh, hello there!
There we go. That's cool. Okay, so at this point, now what I'm going to do is we've got this in play. That's looking fine. I'm going to firstly animate the div here. So in this case, we've got our initial, all that kind of good stuff. The transition while in view. So when you scroll down, it will show. Just animate. Now, if I was to refresh this, you see how it nicely kind of gradually comes in. It looks very clean, right? Nearly at 1,100 likes. Thank you so much, guys. If you're watching the replay of this, make sure you subscribe, bell notification, all that good stuff, and join us in Stack Hero if you want to take it a step further, right? Let's go forward. Okay, so okay. So jumping into our skill, let's actually start with this. Right? So for the skill's actually kind of fairly straightforward, right? These are actually going to be motion divs, motion images, sorry. And then we're going to go ahead and do the appropriate thing. So Renato says, I love your course, Sunny. I'm just doing the UPS course. I'm not the coding moments from very soon. Dude, it's perfect because you can do the UPS course, then you can add it to your portfolio, and bam, you can start getting a job. That's it. Or it will help you get a job, right? So a lot of our students have had success in that, right? So motion.div, right? So that's looking pretty. Oh no, sorry, motion.image. Okay. And this image right now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go ahead and actually just copy. Let's just do like the file. And also, guys, notice how look what's happening here. Ooh, look at that. Nice.
Hello.
Jay, can you send me a logo? Just like that, URL. I just need the JPEG logo. Thank you. And I can use it. So Jay's going to send me that.
That's amazing.
Get the source for this. And in the meantime, for this div, I'm going to have a special hover effect. So in order to achieve this kind of effect here, I'm going to have something like the following. I'm going to say, when I hover over this entire group, it should show, it will basically be able to, I can do certain things. I can say group hover. So when I hover over something, it will go ahead and do the following behavior. So in this case, group. We set the parent to group. I'm going to make it relative because we're going to have some absolute position things inside. Flex, and I'm going to say cursor pointer like so. So Jay is working on sending me that. In the meantime, I'm going to set up my transitions. So remember I said some of them slide in from the left, some of them slide in from the right. Well, in that case, what I can actually do is I can pass in a prop. Now I'm going to pass in something called direction left. Right? It's an optional prop and it's going to be a Boolean prop. So now we're starting to do some TypeScript. So I'm going to say this is an optional value that you may pass in. Right? Now, if you did pass it in, I'm going to depict on which direction I should initially fly in from on the x-axis. So here, initial. If your direction left, then I'm coming from the left, otherwise coming from the right. The next thing is the transition and while in view. So I'm going to go ahead and pop those in as well, just like so. Now the opacity, we didn't actually change. So in this case, the opacity here, I'm going to say initially was a 0. In 1 second, it will go from 0 to 1, and it will change from X outside to inside. Jay has now sent me a sanity logo, awesome stuff, because we will be popping in sanity shortly. So let's go ahead and pop in the source. Right, we've got our source, and again, I will be using dynamic values very shortly from that. That's good, Jay. That's enough to do now. Perfect. Okay. In fact, actually, no, we can use that one as well. Okay, so I will use that the second one. Nice. So we've got this one looking pretty good. So our skills are all about sanity today, right? We're going to be doing loads of sanity cool stuff. So we're going to go ahead and put in the class name. Let's go ahead and start this out. So rounded 4. I'm going to give this a border. The border should be gray of 500. Gray of 500. I want it to be an object cover, and I want it to be a height and width of 42. So width of 24. So height 24. On a large screen, they should get a little bit bigger, but not massive. So I'm going to go ahead and do a height and width on extra large screens above of 32. Okay, so already looking very clean, right? Then I'm going to say filter. Now this is a special effect, right? That's all good, Jay. I've already got that now. So we've got this. So I'm going to say we've got the filter, and I'm going to say grayscale. So when I hover over this, I want it to become a grayscale effect. So when I hover over the group, the entire group, which includes the parent that we assigned the group to, right? So group hover. I'm going to go ahead and say grayscale. Okay? Now look at this, guys. See when I hover over it, it applies a filter on top of it. Right? So hover like so. Now I'm going to say Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm saying transition, duration 300, and there's a good so ease in, out, ease in, out. There we go. So I want it to ease in and ease out. So there you go. That's pretty nice, right? So as we do it, as I hover over it, and like you see, we're getting there. We're getting closer to what the end outcome is. Now, how do I get that effect that I've got in my one? Right, so I've got a div inside my one, and what I'm actually doing here is going ahead and saying I've got another div with a p tag inside of that. And with the p tag, I'm going to have a certain level of progress, like 100% for his, right? So I'm going to be 100% insanity right now. But we're going to eventually pull these in from the back end. So you see right now, this is how we do it. Right? So you're going to see step by step how we layer this up. Right? So first things first, let's just make that look a little bit pretty. Let's do text 3XL. Let's go ahead and do item front bold, text black, and then let's do opacity 100. Right? Because you can change it afterwards if you want. I'm actually probably going to keep that the same though. Right? The div here, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and say flex, items center, justify center. I'm going to say height should be 4. Right? Now notice how it's in the center of its own div, but it's not over my existing one. The way we do that is we actually go ahead and say absolute over here, but with the parent being relative, bam, it sits on top of it, right? So now what I can start doing is I can start playing around with some cool stuff. I can say opacity is 0 to hide it. Now when I hover over the group, so the parent, what I want to do is I want to change the opacity to an 80 value, right? So 80. Then what I want to do is apply transition so it's not just instant. I want to make the duration of that 300 milliseconds. I'm going to do ease in, ease out. You can do ease out as well, so that way it snaps in but eases out. I'm going to also change the group hover. So group hover, when I group hover, I want the background to become white. But it's not just the white, remember, the opacity of 80. Right? I'm going to make the height and width the same as the background. So that way it's a full circle that fits the same. So width and 24, which means that I need to also make it on the extra large screens change as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. And let's say rounded, right? And I'm going to do a Z index of 0 for this. Save and bam, just like that, we get a beautiful looking screen.
Hello there.
Hello.
Now I did mess up the MD because that one hasn't changed here. So if you want to do that, you can actually go ahead and have it there as well, and you can get the same effect. You just need to make sure that it's the same waveform as the stuff that we're doing. But right now, you guys can see that just like that, we have a beautiful looking effect, and I hope that helps you because that actually layering effect, that understanding of knowing how to do that comes in clutch later on when you start doing more kind of cool stuff. So that's a pretty cool way of doing it. Jay's getting compliments. Someone said he's handsome. Hey, Jay, go on, man. There we go. I'm going to timestamp now. I'm going to write Jay handsome bit, right? It gets called out. And also 1.1k likes. Oh my god, man. This is going nuts today. Alright, so that's looking great. Alright, that's actually looking amazing right now. The next step is projects, right? Then we're going to eventually hop into ECMS backend, right? So projects is the final piece before we hop over to our nice, beautiful Sanity platform. Okay, so we're going to have the project section here, so let's go and do that. So okay. Now this one, I'm going to copy. I'm going to go here and copy it in like so. Projects.tsx, bam, RFCE. Right? Oh, actually TypeScript, RFCE. Bam, there we go. Okay, so very good so far. Now what I want you to do is go ahead and import it into here. We're also going to go ahead and give this the appropriate project. Class name is going to be snap start. Okay, and you should see it down there. And again, the rule of thumb is you give it a height of screen, so that way you can snap to it. Right, you can snap to it. Nice. Right. So at this point, quick little walk break. Wow, my mouth is like crying out. Okay, also, Atlas, 1.1k likes. Thank you guys. Incredible stuff. Those people saying we want more Jay in the scene. Oh hell yeah, I'm bringing Jay in. There you heard it here first. Everyone wants you on.
Hello there.
There you go. Jay's gonna code. So at this point we've got the project screen up. I'm gonna go ahead and pop in the H3 that we typically do. So it's gonna be project, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the exact same styling that we were doing before. So pop it in. Where's the absolute positioning on it? So in that case, you can see right now. But you see how if I don't add relative to the parent, it's not going to be relative. It's going to be relative to the entire screen, which is a no-no. Whereas now, it's going to be relative to its parent. So that's something you should always remember when you're doing this. right? It's gonna be a flex box. We're gonna say overflow hidden on this. We're gonna say flex column. And text should be left. Oops, left. And on the medium screen, flex row. Max width is going to be 4 on this one. We're going to do a height of screen. I've already done that.
Help me.
Justify the stuff evenly.
Me.
Max auto. And items should be centrally aligned with a Z value of 0. Looking great. Okay. Next step is we're going to go ahead and pop this in. So this kind of cool stuff, right? So what I firstly want to do is show you how to get a cool little back. Right, so that's a really cool little thing. I'm overly proud of that. So basically, I'm going to make a little div, right? As I've shown you before, you can go ahead and do this. So at this point, you can go ahead and see this. I've got class name. I'm going to say width of 4, absolute, and then I'm going to go ahead and say top 30%, right? 30%.
Hello there. Hello.
Oops.
Oh, hello there.
So I'm kind of messing around with these values. BG are the puppy found color, but a 10% opacity.
That's amazing.
Left of 0 value and a height of 500. So background, height of 500, and a width of, I think the width we done 4, yeah. So there you go. So you can see now that that's just a straight up line, right? Now the cool part is when you play with tailwinds, skew and rotations and stuff like that. So in this case, I'm going to do minus skew y, the y-axis of 12. And as you can see, bam, I get a skew. And it goes from length to length. Look at that. Can never forget Sunny teaching even when the key was stuck. Yeah, you remember that. Look at that. Look how clean that is, right? It's so nice because look, it's just an extra little design thing. I thought it looked really simple. You can go nuts with this. My goal is to show you what is capable with the tech. You can run with it and go far, right? So at this point, we are doing awesome. Right? The next thing I want to do is start putting in the projects, right? Or as the Australians say, the projects. So let's go and do this. Let's go ahead and pop in div. And inside of this div, div. And I'm going to have a motion div inside of that, which we'll customize afterwards. And then, actually, no, I'm going to have all the projects. Right? So this is going to be each of the projects. So this will actually be each of the projects. So first we just prepare ourselves for that. So the overall standing outside one is going to be a relative width 4. It's going to be a flex box. It's going to be an overflow X of scroll, so that way we can kind of scroll across it. So scroll. And I'm showing you what I'm doing. I'm preparing the container for this. Right? So I'm preparing the container. Overflow X scroll. I'm also going to be doing a overflow Y of hidden. I don't want to show the Y axis. Y hidden snap on the x-axis, yes, snap should be mandatory. Otherwise, I'm forced you to basically snap container. Z index is 20. I want to front of the layering. And the scroll bar, I will decide on.
Oh, hello there.
So there you go. We're going to basically be doing that. So you see how there's a layer effect here. The background is layered behind, right? So cool stuff. And then we're going to go ahead and map through the projects. Now, what I want you to do here, so that you can test it, is essentially I want you to go ahead and create just a dummy array of projects. So here I'm going to say projects equals, I'm just going to say an array of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It really doesn't matter, yeah? The whole point is that you can just test it. So I'm going to say projects. For every single project, I'm going to render out the following. Okay? And inside of here, I'm going to have a div. And inside that div, I'm going to have an image. Right, so that's the first thing is we're going to be so I'm going to take this one as an example. Okay, so we've just made this image. You can feel free to go wherever you want. And then after that image, we're going to have a div with H4. H4 inside of it. And that's going to essentially be the case study. Case study 1 of 3. This is a UPS file, right? So for example, let's go ahead and hit save, and now you can see we can start seeing these flowing in, right? We're going to eventually build this out, so it's perfect. Okay? So this one, I'm going to say the width of each one should be the width of the screen. And then we're going to say that the flex shrink should be 0. That's the reason why it's not actually showing that size. So flex shrink is 0. Now it forces it to do that. And you see it's not snapping yet, because we have not said what the snap behavior should be.
Hello.
If I do snap center now, it snaps to the center of that element. So I hope you're learning a lot with this. If you are, smash the thumbs up. I'm almost at 1.2k likes, and the pace today is incredible. Alright, so snap center looking very, very good. And we're going to go ahead and say width screen, that's 0. We're going to say flex, it's going to be a flex column. View, so there we go, looking good. And then we're going to say space between the Y components of 5. Items should be in the center. I'm also going to justify everything in the center, so justify in the center. The snap center, they're padding at 20 right now, so give it a bit of breathing room. It's way too close to the and on the medium and above, padding should get greater. And the height of the screen is what I want to do as well, because I want it to take up the full height of the screen. You see that? Nice. So there you go, guys. Look at that. That is really good so far. Now, you see it says case study 1, case study 1, case study 1. What to fix that is very simple. You simply get the index as you look through, and instead of this, you say case study 1 I+1 of projects.length. So in this case, projects.length. And there you go, projects.
Yeah.
Case study 1 of 5, and so forth, yeah? I'll go all about. I did I+1 because counting starts at 0 in coding, and we don't want it to be 0, right? Okay, this is looking so good. Right, so good right now. So at this point, I want to sort of customize it a little bit more. So I want to have it as, this is the title, but this is going to be like an underlined bit. So span this out right now. And I want to do case study. And I'm going to get all the way up into the point of the colons. I'm going to include all of this. Bam. And I'm going to go ahead and do a class. And here I'm going to say underline. Decoration is going to be a custom color with a 50% up and 60%. Little shorthand trick here. As we say, boom. And now you can see there's a very nice little subtle touch on it. For the H4, I'm going to do text for Excel. Text for Excel. Awesome. And font should be semi-bold. Nice. I'm going to say text should be centered like so. Good stuff. Look at this, guys. It's looking amazing so far. And if you're wondering on the computer, yes, you can scroll it at the bottom right there, right? So you don't have to worry about not being able to scroll at any point. You'll be able to scroll. I had that feedback once, so I thought I'd fix that a while ago. So H4. Lastly, I'm going to go into space between the Y components of 10, padding X of 0, hit save. Medium values padding X of 10. I'm also going to say max width of this entire container is 6 or so. Okay. To be fair, I don't know if we actually needed that. Yeah, we didn't. I had that before. Go crazy. No, I do need that because I'm actually putting in a tag afterwards. Yeah, project summary. So for this one, I've already done the project summary somewhere else. But I'm actually just going to copy this for now, so we have some kind of dummy text. Okay. So boom, even though it's not that. Aggregate Keegan says, that's a lot right now. Thank you, dude. All I would like is to smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. That is it. But enjoy the content, dude. Text large, text should be center, and MD text should be left. So on small screens, it should be center. Once we break the medium point, it should become left hand. And look at that already. Bam. Because the width of screen is the snapping point. Look at that. It's just so clean. Like, what the hell, man? It's unfair how clean that is. So that's looking good, right? So at this point, we are going to change it to a motion div. Now, I just want to mention, we did actually cover a lot of frame motion inside of Zero to Full Stack Zero way before I brought it on YouTube. So if you ever do want to take things further, kind of develop your skill set at a pace that's faster than what you're doing on YouTube right now, feel free to hop into Zero to Full Stack Zero, our course and community. Link is in the description. While we're here, but yeah, feel free. Our students love it, and there's actually some members inside of the chat right now. So feel free to ask the questions. Right? So there you go. We got the project looking good, and that's really nice. Einstein says, "Yeah, 0 to 100." Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, bro. Okay, so we're going to change the div here to be a motion div. So first things first is import it from the top, like so. Okay. So motion at the top, and I'm going to go ahead and say this one should be motion.div, and I'm going to actually do something very simple, straightforward, the same as what we previously did. It's a simple opacity in. Okay, that's going to be for the surrounding div. Now, when every single item flies in, I actually want the image to basically animate downwards, right? So this image, I'm going to make a motion.image, and I'm going to go ahead and apply the following. Now, yes, we will be giving keys to objects. I know someone must be very crazy in the replay or whatever, but we're going to go ahead and do the following animation. So starting a y minus 300, so it'll start from way above. It'll come down to this value, and we're also going to do opacity of 0 to an opacity of 1. Duration 1.2 seconds, and then once it's done, I don't want to keep repeating it. So that's it. So you see that band, really nice, really clean. And you see how when it's done once, it doesn't do it again. So I mean, that is clean. That is damn clean. I don't care what anyone says. That is actually really beautiful. Look at that. Reason why it went out is because the V went out and then it animated back in, which triggered off this again. That's the parent kind of did it. Right, so that's awesome so far. I think what we should do while we're here is finally push past that kind of final hurdle of the contact page, and then we can hook up our sanity and we can connect all the missing pieces, replace all the code from our dynamic data on the back end, and then we can get movement on that front. So final step here before we touch sanity, we have the contact me page. So section, let's go ahead and do that right now. So we've got the section, this is going to be the contact me section. So we're going to go ahead and create a contact me component. So contact me like so. I'm going to go over here into my components. I'm going to do a contact me.tsx like so. And I'm going to go and say TypeScript, React functional component, React RFC. There we go. Okay, that's good. All right. So at this point, I'm going to say go back to my index. And then I'm going to import this down. I'm going to go here. The ID should be the contact. This is going to be snap start as well. So snap start. Boom. That's good. And then we're going to go ahead and say, that's fine. And we're going to go ahead and do the front. So you see it's there down there. I'm going to get this here screen. So next screen. So that way you can snap towards it. Boom. There we go. Awesome appearance. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and actually build out this one. So the div is going to be the following. So we're actually going to be building out this right now, right? So first things first, let's put that H3 back in. I'm just going to pop it straight in because it's going to be a bunch of times now. So that H3 resembles the contact. And then at the top point, we'll do the same thing we were doing previously. Very similar.